ready to saddle up them horses? 'Cause we're going on an adventure. An adventure in free cleaning. My mom and I are rounding up the randomness and corralling the chaos. Yeehaw! Okay, I'll stop it with the stupid voice. But my mom and I were a little silly on this one, and I was in a very playful mood for some reason, so I'm just warning you now. Beyond all the silliness, though, I will be sharing some helpful tips at the end of this about how to tackle an overwhelming mess, so make sure you stick around for that. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the job that we are tackling together today. First of all, this is a home that my mom and I have cleaned out together before. If you remember the video where we helped the veteran who had 5 cats, and we cleaned up his room so he wasn't breathing in all that dust and dander, and we took it from looking like this to looking like this. Well, this is the same home, but this time we're in the basement where his son, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandkids live. And it was the daughter-in-law, who I'm going to call Angela, who reached out to me for help because she was so sick and tired of living in such chaos. She shares custody of her 10-year-old daughter, who's here every other week, and then she has a 3-year-old son, and she really wanted better for them. They moved into this basement after the place that they were living in had a rent increase and they couldn't afford it anymore, so they had to find another place to live pretty quickly, and her father-in-law was gracious enough to allow them to move into his basement. But the move itself was anything but straightforward, and those are reasons that I'll get into a little bit later. But some of their stuff ended up here, some of it ended up in a storage unit, and a lot of it got separated. So even though they've lived here for a few months now, they've been stuck in that place of just feeling overwhelmed and have never really been able to get things put together. In fact, while I finish showing you the rest of the place, I'm going to let Angela herself tell you a little bit about what they're dealing with and why she is feeling so overwhelmed and stuck. So here's a little bit of that conversation.
So moved in here, and then everything, like it was just us. So he brought all this stuff down and just kind of put it in that room, and then I started going through it. But then I kind of created like a maze in the process, and then we both work full time and then have the kids, so it was hard to come home after work at like 7 o'clock at night and get stuff done. Yeah. And then every weekend it's like no motivation too. You come home and you just sit down and you look and you're like, where do I start?
Can anyone relate? Yeah, I think we've probably all been at a point in our lives where we are just in survival mode, and anything beyond surviving feels like too much. So what do you do in that situation? How do you find the motivation to do more than just survive? Well, I'll talk about that and lay out a plan at the end of this video. Plus, I'll also share some helpful tips along the way. But let me just start by telling you what some of the goals were for this day that my mom and I are working here, because there were definitely some priorities that Angela wanted to have accomplished. The number one thing being to give her kids their own space. That was the kids' room that I just showed you, and there are reasons why it's still all torn up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But because they haven't been able to get that room put together, they've all been sleeping in this one room together, and it has not been ideal. So that is definitely one of the most important things, is to give her kids their own space. But in order to do that, we're going to have to remove a lot of this excess stuff, and they do have that storage unit that I mentioned earlier. So my mom and I are going to take a lot of these excess boxes and things over to the storage unit so that we have a little bit of breathing room and room to maneuver things. So we're going to start here in the stairway and get some of these boxes taken out to my truck to take to the storage unit.
This one's light. This one. No. Bonnie. Bonnie.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bonnie.
Hold on. I gotta do this. And then once we get it out here, because that really is not do that. No. It's fine. It's just because it's blowing out this way.
Ah.
And it always does that. Oh, sorry.
Nobody was hurt.
Okay, here. You can vacuum. I'm like, you. All right. It might seem a little ridiculous that we're bothering to vacuum these stairs, but there was so much cat fur and kitty litter that had been tracked down these stairs that I didn't want to be tracking further into the basement every time we walked in and out. So I just wanted to quickly get as much of that as we could. And then here is a look at everything that I had to pull out of my truck in order to make room for all of the stuff that we were putting in my truck to take to the storage unit. So we filled not only the bed of my truck, but also the cab of my truck twice and took that much stuff over to the storage unit. And I have no idea why, but all of these boxes and totes were just in shambles. They were just falling apart. I think part of it was that they'd been living out of these boxes for a few months, and so they'd had a lot of wear and tear, but we had to tape up quite a few of these in order to be able to move them. I hadn't even met Angela before my mom and I came to help, and she had to work the day that my mom and I were able to come. So what I had her do beforehand was just send me a video of the place and what all needed to get done. And that's kind of how we communicated. So this is a video that I sent to her asking her about all of the laundry. Okay, we have a question for you. What in here is clean and what is dirty? And do you want me to be washing loads of laundry while we're here? And just keep switching them out because I can certainly do that. So what she told me was everything in the white trash bags could either be donated or just tossed, and then everything else could be washed. So that's what I'm going to do, is start chipping away at this.
What is this?
A fun hat? That's fun. Goodness, mother, that's so cute. It's probably, wait, actually no, I was gonna say it's probably some kind of salad bowl, but no.
Boil.
Oh, yeah,
Cauldron burn.
It
and
probably is
boil
a
and
cauldron.
No.
Yeah. It's a cauldron. No, it's not. I have no idea.
Steak.
Well, I'm saying just for like decoration, for like Halloween. I don't know. Anyway, who knows? I like it as a hat.
Take a picture and do a lens search.
You take a picture and do a lens search.
I will.
Okay. Back to laundry. Hold on. Okay, clean. I was having a bit of trouble with both the dryer and the washer, as you'll see here. I thought I was pretty smart, but apparently not smarter than a washer and dryer. Oh, that just takes it off. Okay. I want to restart this. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did too. I know, I tried the push, the pull, the... Huh. Oh, what? Oh, push to start. There it is. Okay. I guess I just wasn't looking hard enough for that start button. But at least it made me feel better that my mom didn't immediately figure it out either. Now, to be confused by the washing machine.
These bags are scented. Let's smell them.
Okay, oh, sorry, I can't really right now because I've got the... Yeah, you can take the agitator out, and I don't know why you would, but that's kind of cool, actually. Anyway, I didn't know what I was doing there. All of a sudden the agitator
You
comes
were
out.
agitated.
Where do you put the... Oh my gosh, it seriously has been so long since I've had a top loader.
Okay, what do you not know?
Well, you just pour this stuff straight in there, right? There's no drawer or anything.
You just pour it in
Just
there.
pour it straight in there. Okay. Old school, I guess.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah, sure. Laundry is not my thing. Just kidding.
What do you
Folding
mean?
I know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Other people's washing machines are not my thing. So here's an update on that laundry, where we started and how much I've chipped away already. Now we're going to get the rest of this stuff loaded up and taken over to the storage unit. So let's take a little field trip. This is the storage unit, which is just as packed and chaotic as the basement that we're working in. So in order for us to even fit the stuff that we brought, my mom and I had to do a lot of rearranging so that we could actually put the stuff in here. And unfortunately, a lot of the boxes and things were not very stackable. So we had to get a little creative with how we packed things in here. And here's just a little before and after that first trip. We were actually able to make a little bit of a walkway there so that we could bring another load a little bit later. I don't exactly love the idea of just adding more and more things to this storage unit and piling it up on top of each other, because then this becomes its own overwhelming task later. But I understand sometimes that is a necessary step in an overwhelming situation like this. But I am going to talk about that storage unit and how to tackle not only the overwhelmingness in the actual home, but also how to not let that storage unit just become a dumping ground for anything and everything that you don't want to deal with right now. So I will include that in my plan coming up. But for now, we're back at the home and cleaning things up. And I'm going to let Angela now explain some of the other stuff that they were dealing with before they could move into this basement, and some of the other reasons that this has been so challenging to get things in place. So here she is again.
Because there used to be carpet in there. Yeah. It was really disgusting. When we moved in, we just ripped it out and threw it away. Yeah. Because this basement had actually flooded before we moved in. And the landlord came and fixed it, but they didn't redo flooring or, molding and...
Oh, that's why all okay.
That's why everything's like ripped out and it was just kind of a mess, but yeah. I feel like they just didn't want to invest into the place because of how previous people had taken care of, previous persons have taken care of it, Yeah. So
and
we've actually done a lot to the place, even though it looks like crazy.
It was even worse.
It was worse than what you had walked into. Actually, before we moved our stuff in here, we had a lot to clean out. So, and that took like 2 months to do.
Oh my gosh.
And it had been like smoked in down here. We got the walls they don't look clean, but they were bad. We got it all clean from that.
Awesome. So. When she's talking about ripping out the carpet, she means in the kids' room. I don't believe there was ever carpet throughout this whole basement, but anyway, that's why the kids' room is in such disarray, because they still need to get the flooring done in there. So there's just been a lot of shifting stuff around, and it's been almost impossible to get anything in place.
What?
Come look at this.
Oh, I'm down on the floor.
Oh, you're fine. Don't look at. I'll bring it to you.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Ooh, that is a good moment of good. What do you call it? Hanger, just
art.
Art.
Some kind of cool art.
Cool art.
Yeah, there's a whole bag full of hangers back there that is just like, I went to pull out one. That all came. That is a mess.
Funny.
Okay, well, we have plenty of hangers. They're all kinds of
discombobulated.
And by discombobulated, she actually means discombobulated. Anyway. So just in case you're wondering what we're doing and how we are actually helping, I'm going to answer a question that I get from time to time, and that is, how do you know what to do with all of this stuff if you don't have the person who lives there actually there helping you? And the answer is, we don't. But when in doubt, we just categorize. But like I mentioned earlier, I did have her send that video of what needed to be done. And in that video, she told me what she wanted taken to the storage. But the rest of the boxes, as we got going through them, we found that they were just chock full of randomness. I mean, seriously, like there were just the most random things all thrown in boxes together. So we just did the best we could at sorting all of that stuff out into their different categories. Plus, obviously, there's stuff to be cleaned as well. So that's what my mom has been working on in the front, is just getting this console all cleaned up. And we're also trying to figure out how to make this space more functional. So while my mom continues to unload some of these boxes, I'm going to take more out to my truck to get those loaded up to take over to the storage unit. I want to just take a minute right here to thank my channel members for their extra support. I've had some significant challenges the last few months and have really struggled to keep up with everything. You've probably noticed a decline in how often I post, and honestly, it's only because of the extra support from my members that I've been able to maintain my channel at all. So please know how grateful I am. I never want anyone to feel pressured, but if you've ever thought about becoming a member, it truly makes a difference. It's what allows me the time and space to create the content that I put out and more of the kind of content that you love. And honestly, I couldn't keep doing this without that support. So there are 3 tiers of membership available, each with their own perks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd find that join button either below this video, on my homepage, or in my video description, and consider becoming a member. I would appreciate that more than you could possibly know. Okay, right here is where you finally get to see some of the randomness that we are finding inside these boxes.
Yeah, this is not garbage.
Yeah. Oops. I seriously almost took that out to the garbage.
Is that actual garbage?
Actual garbage. Do you want something for the, like the papers and stuff too?
No,
Or are you gonna just put it all
put them in there. Papers and shoes and...
Yeah.
What goes to the dollhouse that's down in the storage room.
Yeah. That was like just some boots that were in there, so I added shoes to it. Like I don't know what to do with any of this. This seriously
Well,
would take
that
so
box over
long.
there has shoes in it. We'll just put the shoes in with those baby white boxes.
Okay,
I'll take care of it.
Sure. Well, I'll just run it over here.
But I didn't seem to fit any of her kids.
Yeah, and like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there going to be enough room in there? Or do you need?
I probably need another box.
Oh, you got it.
Probably between those two.
Yeah. Okay. Put more of the stuff in one. I don't know. I had to show you one quick little Facebook reel. It's very
Are you
relatable.
swirling me?
Yes, yes I am. This song gets stuck in my head.
She's got stuff to do, but she started doing other stuff instead of doing her original stuff. She's got stuff to do, she just keeps making tasks, keeps on doing extra stuff.
Almost finishes it, but never quite.
Yeah. And that, I said that to Travis, and he's like, yeah,
That's
so
you.
you. Okay, I'm taking stuff out. 'Cause I've got stuff to do, but I started thinking of this. Uh-oh, I got the shoulder shaking. I got stuff to do. I don't know.
The dregs.
The dregs. Oh, see, we're not even like getting that.
We're not getting the dregs. It's organized.
Oh man.
Oh, there's some more.
Yeah, we could be here for weeks if we wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, that went to the Barbie house. It's down there.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I got my second wind. Like, for a little while there, I was like, I'm pooped. I'm done for the day.
I hope
And then I got the second
I
wind.
didn't really want to do that.
Oh, no. No. I'm not letting.
I'm gonna stuff some on here. Let's not cover this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, are you done down there? So, like, should I change the angle of the camera?
I can't get up.
Oh, you've fallen?
I've fallen.
Or you just sat?
And I can't get up.
Oh my gosh.
This is like those videos of the mom in the raft and they can't get mom out of the raft. It'd be easier for me to do this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
All right, let's.
Now what am I gonna work on?
Okay, here's a peek at what's in some of these boxes. It is complete randomness. This is why it's really difficult to figure out what to do with
Okay,
these.
those are
Okay,
books.
that's generally.
Okay.
Oh, maybe all books. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't go in here.
But yeah, it
Go.
doesn't go in here, so who knows? But yeah, these just got shoved into boxes very randomly, I think. Okay, I seriously have been, I think this is the 5th time I have attempted to take that out. So this is what happens when I get my second wind. I get playful and then I don't really do
any
stuff. So, yeah,
All right, get to work. Da, da, da. In a Barbie world. So what do we put down there? Maybe that's where we put the toys. But they don't use that much. So they don't want to get into it that much. Okay. This is the miscellaneous. Ah! Yay! It fits. Let's hope this one fits. Please, 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 please. Yay! Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, those 2 boxes of random stuff fit in like that. I figured because it's hard for the kids to get that open, let's put things that's not being used that much in there.
Love it.
I'm thinking of maybe putting some of these sideways in there so we can see what's in there. Like the adult scrutinies. I'm probably not going to be playing that for a while. Yep, look at that.
Scrutinize.
Scrutinize. And what's another one that the Simpsons 3D chess. And
You're just making assumptions about what they
I don't
do and do not play.
I do.
Other
They can
assumptions.
look there.
We don't do assumptions anymore.
Okay. The Haunted Mansion won't be available till October.
That is actually oh, never mind. That's not the one I was thinking. We've got a similar game that I'm like, it's very popular and people
Just
play
tell
all
her
year
if
round.
she's missing some games, look in the chest.
Okay. Mother, can you help me with this one?
Oh, yeah.
Just- Alright.
I don't know what to put in that little spacey.
Oh, he's got short little stubby legs. Look at that. He's so cute. Okay, wait, what was I doing? Okay, what were you
I
saying?
just got one little spot in there. I'm just trying to think of what random thing to put in there, but they're not going to use that much. Maybe there's something out in the other room.
Yes. I agree.
Let me go and look.
I know the camera has been focused on my mom for quite a while, so you might think that I'm just in the other room playing with toys, but in fact, I am actually doing something useful out there. I will switch over to a different camera in just a minute, but this part coming up was so funny to me because my mom started having conversations with toys. And in fact, she talks to herself a lot, which I didn't really realize until after I was editing this footage. But there's an entire section coming up where she's sorting through toys and talks to herself a lot. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. You'll go in. And you, Mr. Vader. I'm not sure where you're going to go yet.
Oh, I found the other half to the cooker.
He's scaring me. Okay, you can go to sleep now, Mr. Vader.
That's not the last you're going to hear from Mr. Vader. Okay, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. So remember all that laundry that needed to get done? I have been regularly switching that out, but there was also a problem with the washing machine where it got stuck on a cycle and wouldn't finish it. So I had to figure out what the heck was going on there. But anyway, I had to redo a whole load and it was just a whole thing. So had to fix that. But I'm also taking out some of those white trash bags of clothes that she said could be donated or tossed, and then some other things that are going to the storage unit. And then I started pulling down these boxes to see what's in them, and I realized that a lot of them were only half full or half empty, depending on your perspective. Anyway, so I thought that's taking up a lot of space. It's just wasted space there. I'm going to combine some of these boxes and reduce those. So that's what I've been working on.
All right, Barbie doll. Barbie doll. Barbie doll. Barbie doll.
These containers that my mom is sorting these Barbie dolls into were purchased with your donations, so I just want to say thank you for that. But anyway, as she continues to sort these toys, I'm going to share another clip of my conversation with Angela where I'm just talking to her about some observations and recommendations that I have. And I think the very first thing is, besides getting, just it a less chaotic here, more structure for your kids and stuff, but I think decluttering. Getting rid of stuff. It seems like there's an excess of toys and clothes as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you probably noticed the same thing. And I was thrilled that she acknowledged that and she really did want to get rid of the excess. Speaking of excess, those boxes that were in the laundry room, they had a whole bunch of toys in them as well. So I'm repacking those to take those to storage. Combining a lot of the stuff to go to storage. I have to say, I was really impressed by Angela and how determined she was to make the necessary changes to give her kids more structure. I'm going to play another clip of our conversation and you'll hear just how much she really desperately wants to make these changes. As embarrassed as people get sometimes when I come to help them, I'm like, this is like a gift to me. Like I love to like put it in order and yeah,
we're really embarrassed, but I'm like, we need help because like it's obviously not getting done with either of us, no matter how hard we try. And so like once we get that help and like have a place to put stuff, like I said, it's just a lot easier because then I can keep up and then teach my kids like the structure too. Because that was the biggest thing, and like having both kids sleep in my room was just obviously not ideal. They had their own bed in my room, but it's still just not ideal, that
Right.
space, and they need that space.
Yes. And how often did you say you have your
I
daughter
have
here?
my daughter every other week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and she's here the entire week.
Yeah, she's here for the entire week.
Yeah.
And it's hard for her too because she has like a lot of structure there, and then she comes here and it's just not as structured.
Yeah.
And then I feel really bad because I'm like, I need to get this done for her, not just for myself. So.
Yeah. I just love that. I think it takes a lot of strength to recognize that what you're doing isn't working and to reach out for help. All of that in a huge box. I'm going to condense it. Now, I realize that there are probably people watching who are in a similar overwhelming situation who are thinking, I would love to ask somebody for help, but I truly don't have anyone in my life I could ask for help, nor can I afford to hire anybody to come help me. So, what then? Well, if that's truly the case and you are tackling this on your own or with your immediate family, I will have some tips for you as well. And if you wanted to skip right to the tips, that should be around the 45 minute mark that I break that down. And I'll try to remember to put chapters in after I upload this so you can skip right to that if you want to. What kind of damage are you doing back here?
A lot. I am getting
Good.
so organized here.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
A helmet? Oh no, it's for nails. I think everything is a hat.
Okay, this goes.
Put it on as a hat. I want to see it. I don't know why. Seriously, that's what I thought. Yeah, this is a cute little helmet of some kind. Anyway, but what were you gonna say?
This probably goes. It won't fit in the drawer, but it's more of the beauty stuff.
Oh, like
Fingernail
Really?
polish.
Yeah.
So that's her.
yeah. I'll put it.
But I've got it. Let me hold on to it because I've got more in here too. So I'll set it.
And yeah, there's a lot of the stuff that was marked to go to storage that is a lot of the same stuff that's in here. There are just a ton of toys of all kinds.
Yeah. Well, I'm with these
This is
drawers.
a-
I'm getting all the animals are in there and all the just the
Oh, yeah,
miscellaneous. I've got a lot of room, so
There we go.
thank you. Because I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah,
You're doing all the hard work. I'm busy.
No, I'm not doing hard work. I'm kind of transferring stuff from boxes to smaller boxes and things like that. Oh goodness! Oh my goodness! Bag of shoes, random shoes, no matches. All right, my mom is about to lose her cool. Okay, not really, but this is about as close as she ever comes to actually losing her cool.
Oh, I didn't mean for you to go off.
What?
All these toys that just go off when you touch them and start singing to you. This is worse than the fridge drawers.
Oh, like getting stuck?
Yeah, I can't get it back in.
It seems like these plastic drawers always do this at some point. It can be really frustrating.
Oh my god. That is the place. No, that goes to something, but I don't know what. Baby shark, baby shark. Oh, animals.
Okay, is there
What is this?
Do you know, it's probably a hat.
Everything's a hat. It's miscellaneous. I've got a miscellaneous pile somewhere. Right here. Miscellaneous. I don't know what that is. Miscellaneous.
stuff to do.
Oh.
What she started doing. Oh,
It's a prosthetic.
Oh,
I don't know. What is it?
it might be. I don't know. Like, transformer.
Miscellaneous.
I actually thought you were serious. I'm like, well,
I
nice.
was not serious. Oh, a dustpan.
Oh, it goes to the little toy sweeper. It's a broom. It's called a broom.
Wherever it is.
It's in here. I know where it is.
Ooh, then that goes
Yeah.
with it. Ah, here's some more. Food. A dirty sock. A tablecloth for Barbie. That's what you say it is. Is that Donatello?
What?
Which one is this? Is it Donatello?
See, the orange, red headbands. That means it's. I have no idea.
You don't know your turtles?
Leonardo.
Probably.
Michael.
Do you know your turtles? Okay, that goes in there. Food. What's that?
A shot.
Food. Miscellaneous.
That's a big miscellaneous bag.
Yeah.
Do you need another box over there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's see, is this empty? Oh, almost. You can set it right through. Food. A plushie.
Alright, I need better.
Comb. I'm going to put that with Barbie. Oh, I know. You talk to me.
Together, we can rule the galaxy.
We can rule the galaxy. Yes. You're going to go in there. Oh, Ken, you get to go in with all those women.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I don't? Okay. That can go probably.
You have failed me for the last time.
Luigi. No, Mario. Boop, doop, doop, boop.
I think she was right the first time. He had a green hat. That's Luigi, right? I don't know. But yeah, the whole section was cracking me up. She was so funny. I think she was having a little too much fun playing with the toys.
Bombs away.
Oh yeah, and that's what she does every time she empties a box.
Bombs away.
Okay, here's what I've been up to in the laundry room. I'm still trying to get down to the bare floor so that we can get this swept and everything. So I'm trying to sort out the rest of the clothes that still need to be washed, and I didn't have enough laundry baskets, so I just grabbed a couple big boxes and sorted the rest of the laundry into those, because then I'll be able to actually stack them and get them up off the floor so I can get it all swept.
Bombs away.
And that was the last bombs away. My mom is done sorting out the boxes. And I'm almost done sorting out the rest of the laundry. I really thought we were going to be able to get through more laundry than we did, but I think it ended up being only like 4 or 5 loads. Still, that's 4 or 5 more loads than she planned on because she didn't even know we were planning on doing laundry. So we're gonna call that a win. And the rest of it is already sorted and ready to go.
Alright, let's just organize all the food now. So that's all the food to go with her little food thing out in the other room.
AKA a kitchen.
I'm gonna take it out there. These are the big Tinker toys. Big Legos, I guess. Let's see. Got big Legos, little Legos, in between Legos. There's those size Legos. I think I'm going to put the bigger ones, if that works, in the bag in there, so they're both together. And the little Legos, I will put in a Ziploc bag. There weren't very many of those.
Okay, now I gotta remember where I put the broom.
The broom was in here.
Oh, and the dustpan.
And here's the broom. It kept hitting me in the head. Okay.
It feels so good to finally get down to bare floor. And remember that bag of hangers from earlier? Well, my mom is now getting all of those hangers hung up, and they now have plenty of hangers to hang all of these clothes as they get clean. Show you what's back here. Pretty much nothing. So we're gonna store some stuff back there. How's it going?
I'm just, let's see, where did I put the balls?
Okay, let's take a look at everything my mom has sorted and how she has sorted all of these toys.
All right, so all of these are cars. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Well, here's his tools and balls. This is books and paperwork and pencils. And these, well, just miscellaneous toys and balls and his little guns and pellets. A lot of space still in there. This is all boys, girls, animals, superheroes, not so superheroes.
Nice.
And we still have room down here, kind of miscellaneous toys. Oh, I can't get that back in. There you go. And then here's the Legos, the big Legos, the medium-sized Legos, and the teeny Legos.
Yeah. And then all the Barbie stuff.
And all the Barbie and Ken doll stuff.
Okay. Cool. Good job. Now we're just going to tidy up and call it quits for the evening because Angela had just gotten home with her 3-year-old, and this actually was supposed to be just a one-day thing, but as you can see, we did not get the kids' room put together, and I really, really wanted to see that happen. So I did decide to come back the following day, and that's what this footage is from now. I'm just going to tie up some loose ends, starting with this TV console, which was missing the pegs for the shelves. So I went out and bought more pegs to be able to put these shelves in and make this more functional. However, they didn't actually fit, and I have no idea why. I thought that these were all a universal size. Apparently not. I could not get these to go in. So that was a little disappointing, but oh well, I tried. But this was also the day that I sat down and had that conversation with Angela that I've been sharing little bits of throughout this video. And that conversation was really just to get an idea of how she ended up in the situation. And then I gave her some of my observations and suggestions on how to keep up the momentum and continue making progress. So as I finish up in this basement and put the kids' room together, I'm going to share some of those things that I shared with her, plus some some things that I thought of after the fact that I would suggest to anyone else who might be in a similar overwhelming situation. So here's what I would do. First of all, acknowledge the chaos. Just take a deep breath and remind yourself this is temporary. And remember, small efforts over time produce significant results. Never underestimate the power of just doing one small thing each day. But, and this is optional because I know some people have physical limitations or time constraints that just don't allow them to do this. But if you have the time and ability to dedicate a day or two to make a major change in one room, I've always found that this drastically improves my motivation to continue my progress. If that's not possible, then just continue making those small efforts, but I would suggest working towards creating one peaceful space in your home as soon as possible, because once your brain experiences that sense of control and calm, it craves more of it, and that sparks motivation to spread that feeling to other areas of your home. So work on sorting and decluttering, and focus on only keeping what you truly use and love right now. Also, you are initially going to want to keep your categories really simple so you don't get overwhelmed with decision fatigue. So these can be as simple as keep, donate, or trash, and then decide later. If you wanted to further subdivide the things that you're keeping, you could also have totes or boxes for things that belong to other family members, things that belong in another room, and then of course there will be the things that just stay in the room that you're working in. For the best chance of success in this process, the whole family really needs to be involved. It can't just be mom doing all the work. So if you have kids, give them age-appropriate tasks. Even a 3-year-old is capable of sorting out a box into simple categories. Or you can hand them a trash bag and say, go find 20 pieces of trash to throw away. Teach them ownership. If they get something out, they need to put it away, whether that's toys or anything else. And when it comes to toys, particularly in this case, since there is such an excess of them, I would have them pick out 10 of their favorite toys to keep out and then store the extras in a labeled bin, while of course continuing to declutter those that aren't actually played with anymore. Now let's talk about the storage unit. I know not everybody is going to have a storage unit, so this may not apply, but even if you have a storage space that has just become a dumping ground, this can apply to that. So I would first simplify the storage unit and make simple categories there as well. So keep, donate, trash, and decide later. And with those keep items, those can be divided into belongs at the house that you're going to take back to the house. And then of course there are the things that are going to stay in the storage unit. And I would sort those into different categories, into boxes or totes or even sections of the storage unit, and then make sure to label them. And treat that storage unit not like a dumping ground, but more like a store or an organized warehouse. Or at least that's what we're working towards. I'm sure after all of your hard work, you are not going to want it to get back to the way it was. So it's important to have some reset routines to keep that chaos from creeping back in. And these can be really simple. So just a 10-minute morning routine where you make your bed, pick up the laundry, start a load of laundry, and then a 15-minute evening routine where you start the dishwasher or wash the dishes, pick up the toys or other random things around the house, and then fold and put away that load of laundry that you started in the morning. You can even set a timer and make this a fun challenge or gamify it in some other way. Be creative. And lastly, save those bigger projects for the weekend. Protect your weeknights. This is especially important if you work full-time and you have kids. If you wanted to tackle something small each night, I think that's fine, but you don't want to burn yourself out and have this whole thing backfire. So instead, just dedicate 2 to 3 hours on the weekend to really digging in and making some good progress. And I would suggest focusing on just one category or one room on the weekend, and or working on getting those donation items actually to the donation center, or if you're selling anything, get those posted in the proper place to actually get them gone. Okay, I have just one more thought to share right after I show you what just happened as I was trying to move this dresser. That busted off that corner. I just need to take this screw out and reaffix it. Good thing I brought my tool belt. So I'm going to get that reaffixed and then move this dresser to the other side of the room. And I'm not actually going to show me putting the rest of this room together because Angela comes in to help me put the beds together. So I did not film that part, which is why we jumped from this to the before and afters. But I did have just one last tip to share with you, and that is if you start feeling overwhelmed again, focus in on one small visible win. Just one drawer, one shelf, one surface, because progress has a ripple effect and it really does add up. Okay, before I show you the before and afters, I'm just showing you all of the sorting boxes that we left for Angela to continue to sort into. And then my mom labeled these drawers for her so she knows what's in each of these drawers. Okay, here it is. I know this was a long time coming, but here are finally the before and after pictures. Or I should say the before and the progress pictures, because there's still a lot to be done. But my mom and I got a heck of a lot done in just a day and a half. While you enjoy these before and afters, may I just remind you to go hit that like button, especially if you learned anything at all from this video today. That just helps me to know that you like this type of content. This laundry room really doesn't look that great until you see where we started from. Remember that insane pile of boxes that was there right as you walked into the laundry room? Well, this is what it's been whittled down to, so this looks amazing compared to where we started. And I saved the best for last, so I have one more of the laundry room, and then we'll show you the kids' room. Ta-da! Doesn't that look like not even the same room? It's like 1,000% better. And yes, there's still a lot that needs to be done. She does plan to repaint this room, and she did tell me that they have finished that pill and stick tile in there, so that's all taken care of now. But still, even at this point, looks so much better. And hopefully this gives them the jump that they need to continue this progress and keep working on those other areas. This felt so good to give them this room, and I was so happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much for hanging in with me this long. I know this was an extra long one, but I hope you found it useful in some way. If you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's totally free to subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications if you want to get notified when I put out my next video. As I mentioned earlier, I have not been able to put out videos every single week, so having your notifications turned on ensures you don't miss a video when I put it out. Again, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.